So normally beginners like you get scared to make designs such as this or this or this one. But anyways, we're making this one. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to make a simple login form. Well, do not shove in your chairs. It's pretty easy. So get comfortable and put your programming hat on. First, what we're going to do is we're going to start with a section. Then after, we're going to make a div with a class of box. They're going to make another div with a class of form. And now we're going to have the h2, which says login into it. That's for the title. Then after, we're going to have a form tag. And inside it, we're going to have two divs called import bx, meaning box. And also they contain an import with a type of text, which is text, and a placeholder of username. And the I tag is for the logo. Just make sure you have the link imported at the top of the screen. So we're going to make a label, then we give a class of remember. Then after inside, we're going to have an import with a type of checkbox, and then just put remember me inside. Then after that, outside the label, we're going to have a div with a class of input bx. Then we're going to have an input with a type of submit and a value of login. So the next, we're going to make two p tags, one with forget password, another one with need an account. The next, we're going to have an a tag, which is a link, so it's going to be clickable for password and account. And then the href, we're going to leave as a hashtag because it goes nowhere. And so far, this is what we got, a plain HTML form. It should be looking like this. So first of all, in the CSS, we're going to start with by resetting the margin and padding axis. So to do that, you want to use the all selector, then you say margin 0, then padding 0, then use box sizing, border box. Let's add a font family of pop-ins. So we won't have to declare it again. To center and change the background color, what we need to do display flex and justify content center with align item center. Then we're going to give a minimum height of 100 vertical height. Then we're going to have a background of linear. Then after, we're going to add a filter of hue rotation 120 degrees. Then animation, animate 10 seconds, linear and infinite. So at keyframes, animate, then 0%. And filter hue rotation 0 degrees, then 100%, and filter hue rotation 360 degrees. So now we're going to set a box for the form. So we're going to start with by doing position relative, padding 50 pixels, then width 360 pixels, then the height 480 pixels. You're going to do display flex, and then justify content center, align item center, then background RGB8, and border radius is 6 pixels. Then box shadow 0 to the top, 5 pixels to the right, and then 35 pixels to the left. And next, for the second layer of the box, we're gonna call box again, and then we're gonna put after. This is a pseudo code, so don't worry about you beginners if you don't understand it for now, okay? We're gonna do content and empty, and then we're gonna do position absolute, then top, left, right, and bottom, we're gonna give you 5 pixels. Then border radius is with 5 pixels as well. Then pointer event none, background linear gradient to bottom, and RGBA 55, 55, 55, 0.3. So we're going to do the form. So position relative and width 100%. Then we're going to move on to the box H2, the logo. So we're going to say color white, and then font weight 600, letter spacing 2 pixels. Margin bottom will be 30 pixels. And this looks like so far. Make sure it looks like this. And the next, what we're going to do is we're going to do the import bx. Okay, then the import section, a position of relative and a width of 100%, and a margin bottom of 20 pixels. This will give a nice, widen the import box more. Then now we're going to edit the import box himself. We're going to give a width of 100%. Then an outline of, we're going to remove the outline, which is none. And then the border, 1 pixel solid. Then give a RGB of black. Then background, transparent. Then padding, top and bottom. Top and bottom would be 8 pixels, and left and right would be 10 pixels. They're going to give a padding left of 35 pixels. Then a border radius of 6 pixels. A color of white. And a font size of 16 pixels. And a font weight of 300 pixels, and a box shadow of inset, meaning inside, and 0 top, 0 left, and 5 pixels bottom, then RGB a black. So next, what we're going to do is we're going to edit a placeholder. You're just going to give a color of white for the placeholder, okay? It should be looking like this. So now what we're going to do is we're going to edit the submit button. So we're going to copy what we have here. Then we're going to say type submit, okay? Then next, we're going to give a background of white, then color of black, then give a max width of 100 pixels, padding top and bottom of 8 pixels and left and right of 10 pixels. Then a box shadow, we're going to move the box shadow. Then we give a font weight of 500, letter spacing of 1 pixel, and a cursor of pointer. So when we hover over it, you can see it tells to the pointer cursor. So next, we're going to edit the icons, okay? We're going to give a position of absolute and a top left of 12 pixels. Then after, we're going to filter and invert it for 1. That just change the white. So we're going to color the remember, and we're going to say position relative display inline block, then color white, font weight 300, margin bottom 10 pixels, and then cursor pointer again. Don't worry about the display inline block. It's fine if you don't understand it now. So I'll make a video about CSS p tag. Give a color of white and then font weight of 300, the font size of 15%. Then lastly, we're going to do the A tag, give a color of white, and we have a nice login form. Hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to hit that red button over there if you're not gay.